You guys want to pull back the curtain a little bit?
Yes.
All right, take a look at this story from the New York Post.
No.
The judge who okayed the Mar-a-Lago raid is an Obama donor once linked to Jeffrey Epstein.
What?
Now, I stated this in the intro to the show. When I heard the news, I said, yeah. What does Epstein linked mean? It's like his brother once catered a restaurant Epstein served dinner at. You know, you get these sensational headlines. And then I read it. And it was, he was a federal prosecutor who abruptly switched sides, joining the defense for Jeffrey Epstein, for his lieutenants, not for Epstein specifically. And, okay, that's weird. Check it out. Reinhart was elevated to magistrate judge in 2018 after 10 years in private practice. That November, the Miami Herald reported that he had represented several of Epstein's employees, including, by Reinhart's own admission to the outlet, Epstein's pilots, his scheduler, Sarah Kellen and Nadia Marcinkova, who Epstein once reportedly described as his Yugoslavian sex slave. Kellen and Marcinkova were among Epstein's lieutenants who were granted immunity as part of a controversial 2007 deal with federal prosecutors that allowed him to plead guilty to state charges rather than federal crimes. Epstein wound up serving just 13 months in county jail and was granted work release. Mm-hmm. That's really, really interesting. In the Miami Herald story, they mention, actually, look, they say he donated to Barack Obama's presidential campaign months after he left the local U.S. Attorney's office to rep employees of the convicted pedo Jeffrey Epstein, who had received immunity in the long-running trafficking investigation of the financier. So this guy was accused. Many are arguing, I guess his side of it was he didn't have any privy to information or anything. They say 10 months after starting work for Epstein's co-conspirators, according to the Federal Election Commission, Reinhart gave $1,000 directly to the Obama campaign and another $1,000 to its fundraising arm, the Obama Victory Fund. Though the records show the judge made mostly small dollar donations, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how much I care about the donation stuff, but I think what's interesting is that he's basically accused of flipping sides. In a 2013 court filing, Reinhart's former colleagues contradicted him, saying he had learned confidential, non-public information about the Epstein matter while employed by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Reinhart noted to the Herald in response that a complaint filed against him by a lawyer for Epstein's victims had been dismissed. In a 2011 affidavit, Reinhart denied he had done anything improper and insisted that since he was not involved in the federal investigation of Epstein, he was not privy to inside information about the case. As recently as January 2015, Reinhart was asked to appear on Newsmax to give analysis on the Epstein fallout, but declined to publicly note his own role in the case. Okay, maybe it's just he's a judge in the area. That's all it is, right? Maybe it's just one big coincidence. My favorite conspiracy theory right now, Donald Trump apparently took classified documents to Mar-a-Lago. The conspiracy theory is he took it as leverage from his time as president. I mean, look, people were saying that if Trump lost, they would lock him up, right? And so now the theory is Trump took leverage. They're trying to get the leverage back. That being said, I do believe the simple solution in the absence of evidence is simply that Trump had a bunch of staffers grabbing boxes from the White House when he was leaving. Some of those boxes had documents. That's about it.
But if that's all that it is, like if I said this today, if I was on the left right now and if I was a big, anti-Trump person, I would be furious at the FBI right now. I'd be furious at this judge because if you shoot the king and miss, like your whole case is destroyed. You just made the best possible argument for Trump 2024. So if it's really just, there's a few boxes that got pulled from some staffers and ended up in his house, and that was enough to issue this whole raid on his house. And you saw today the FBI saying, we don't like the word raid. Stop using raid. So then you saw MSNBC go in real time and change the word raid to a routine search warrant. And so if it's all that it was, is just some boxes got left behind, like they just made the case for Trump 2024.
Which says to me, I believe they know that.
Yeah.
That going after a sitting president is a very, very serious matter. So they really wanted whatever those documents were.